mind blown. It's like we're like cracking open the brain of this AI, right? Trying to figure out how it sees the world, or at least how it's trying to convince us it sees the world. But scaling up, that's not the only trick Movie Gen has up its sleeve, is it? There's also this whole personalization thing.
Yeah, and this is where it starts to feel kind of freaky, right? Imagine you feed Movie Gen a photo of your face.
Okay, this is how you got to hear.
And suddenly, boom, you're starring in your own action movie.
All right, now you're just messing with me. Seriously, how does that even work?
It's actually really clever how they did it. So after all that initial training we were talking about, they went back and fine-tuned the model so it could take a specific face as input.
Ah, so it's not just generating any random face. It's like learning your face specifically.
Exactly. It's all about seamlessly blending a particular person into the video.
So it's like giving the AI a crash course in portraiture, but instead of brushes and paint, it's all algorithms and pixels.
Perfect analogy. And this whole personalization thing, it doesn't stop at faces. The researchers were also messing around with ways to manipulate objects and scenes. Like, imagine being able to edit videos just by giving text instructions.
Wait, hold up. So I could be like, Movie Gen, put a giant rubber ducky on that beach, and it would just do it.
That's the idea. They call it precise editing. And yeah, it has the potential to totally change how we interact with video, you know?
That's insane. But how do you even begin to teach an AI to edit? It seems so, like, intuitive.
It's definitely a challenge. See, normally when you're training an AI for something like video editing, you need a ton of labeled data, like examples of exactly what you want the AI to do. And with something as complex as video editing...
Getting that data is a nightmare.
Totally. So they had to get creative. Instead of relying only on labeled data, they trained Movie Gen Edit by basically having it practice on a bunch of existing footage.
So, like, it learned by watching.
Basically, it analyzed how human editors were manipulating videos and kind of absorbed their techniques.
Like a little AI apprentice shadowing a master editor.
Love it. And that's what makes these models so amazing. They're not just limited to learning from specific instructions. They can pick up on patterns and relationships in the data just like humans do.
That's kind of scary, but also super cool. But okay, all this talk about fancy features is great, but how do we know if Movie Gen is actually any good? Like, what's the AI equivalent of a film critic?
Right. Like, do they submit these videos to Sundance?
The AI Oscars.
I know, right? Okay, but in all seriousness, they did create a pretty robust way to evaluate both the video and the audio. They use a mix of, actual human judgment and then these more objective measurements.
So gut feeling versus cold, hard data.
Exactly. For the human side, they had people watch the videos and judge them on how well they matched the prompts, the overall quality, and how realistic and, just aesthetically pleasing they were.
Like, was it a beautiful movie or not?
Basically. And did it follow the instructions?
So how'd it do? 2 thumbs up from the AI critics.
Actually, yeah. It did really well. In one example, they found that Movie Gen was way better at creating realistic, complex water effects compared to other AI models out there.
Okay, I gotta admit, that's impressive. Anyone who's seen a bad CGI water scene knows that's not easy to pull off.
It's true. And what's really exciting is it's not just about better special effects, right? It's about what this means for how movies get made.
So you're saying this could be a total game changer for filmmaking?
Absolutely. Imagine a world where anyone, no matter their budget or their technical skills, could create amazing visuals and tell their stories in ways that just weren't possible before.
It's like democratizing the magic of movies,
100%. Putting the power of Hollywood in everyone's hands.